The witty and thrilling spy thriller Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime Video was a welcome surprise in its first season, and the streaming service has decided to extend it for a second season. The show, which is based on the 2005 Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie movie of the same name, centers on two secret agents who have to pretend to be married in order to carry out risky tasks for their enigmatic boss. The eponymous pair, played by Donald Glover and Maya Erskine, developed an intriguing bond over the course of the first season's 8 episodes. The series was praised by critics, who focused especially on Donald Glover and Maya Erskine's performances, which were the high point of each episode due to their chemistry. The TV show thrived because it used all 8 episodes to deepen the bond between the dissimilar agents, in contrast to the 2005 Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie, which lacked an emotional core. Season 1 was only a preview of the series' overarching plot, but it also did a good job of hinting at a wider universe outside of the two primary protagonists. Season 2 was quickly renewed due to the popularity of Season 1, and there will soon be more Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Maya Erskine discusses Season 2. Star Maya Erskine talks about Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 2 in the most recent news, as the show is receiving award buzz. Rumor has it that the Golden Globe nominee, who attracted attention as the title character Mrs. Smith in the first season of the Prime Video original, will not be present for the second installment. Erskine agreed with co-creator Francesca Sloan that she wants to keep viewers guessing about the next episode of the show, but she did not confirm or deny her involvement. However, the fact that she doesn't explicitly deny it seems to indicate that she is aware of what occurs in Season 2. Erskine's entire remark was, "I totally understand why there's speculation. It was funny when the article came out proclaiming that we're not in it because there was no announcement made. But Fran said it best. She talked about how it's sort of like Christmas. Don't open the presents until it's Christmas Day. You don't need to peek inside. I'm trying to follow along in their footsteps because I have a big mouth, and if I could, I would just say everything right now, but I can't. I don't want to ruin it." Prime Video renews the show. Amazon Prime Video has established itself as a dominant force in the streaming market, and the platform has had a successful year thanks to shows like Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Fallout. When the series debuted in early February 2024, it set records, and it took Prime Video around 3 months to reveal that it would be renewed for a second season. Although there hasn't been much news since, the recasting of the series means that it will probably look significantly different from Season 1. Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 2 cast. Donald Glover and Maya Erskine might not return. The cast of Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 1 was a star-studded event. As is typical with Amazon Prime Video original programs, Donald Glover, who played John Smith in the A-List ensemble, was well positioned opposite Maya Erskine, who played his fictitious wife Jane. Erskine and Glover may not be returning to their roles as the show's fictional marriage, despite the fact that the show has been renewed for a second season. This makes it possible for guest stars to take center stage or for new stars to take over the roles. Glover and Erskine may still make an appearance in some manner even though it has been revealed that Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 2 will have new protagonists. The show's universe is full with phony relationships, so it might just switch to a different pair while the original pair is still out there somewhere. Mark Eidelstein, star of Anora, has been cast in the male lead role, although his female counterpart has not been cast. Despite rumors that pop sensation Billie Eilish was in the running, a contract eventually fell through. Mr. and Mrs. Smith Season 2 story. Did John and Jane survive Season 1? The first season of Mr. and Mrs. Smith ended in a way that was both painfully vague and left room for more. The extremely high-risk Smiths had trapped them in their house, seriously injuring John and leaving Jane with just one bullet to kill the two skilled murderers. It is unclear which pair of Smiths prevailed, even though the mid-credits scene indicated that a struggle of some kind took place. Season 2 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith may provide an answer to that query, or it may leave it open-ended. Given the announcement that the show will be recast, viewers could never learn the truth about John and Jane's fate. The original couple may still make a comeback in some way, though, if the show is only centered on a different couple. A far wider universe has been alluded to throughout the series, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith might adopt an anthology style, with each new season focusing on a different marriage. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.